So for this Kahoot, I can't really say top three. I'd have to say top four because there was a tie for third place. So top would be Kylie, second place Haley, and then tied for third place are Sebastian and Alexa. They have the exact same score. But like I said, look, it's really, really close. The people in fifth and sixth place were one question behind. This was a super, super close one, everyone. Let's take a look at these questions. So the first couple were just, does this sentence have a double negative? Is it correct or not? So the first sentence was, I don't got no money. This was incorrect because it has two negatives in there. It has the word don't and the word no. The next sentence, we don't have any money. This one is correct because it just has the one negative, don't. Next sentence, that won't do you no good. This is incorrect. It has two negatives. It has the word won't and the word no. Remember, they told us a lot of times negative words, people forget that they have them in there. But if you have any word like don't or won't with the N apostrophe T at the end, that's a contraction with the word not, which is a negative word. Next one. I wasn't looking for nobody when you looked my way. That one is incorrect. We have wasn't and nobody. Nobody even has the word no at the beginning. Okay, starting with question 5, it switches a little bit. It gives us some sentences, and we have to pick the one that does not have a double negative. Kaylee, make sure we're paying attention. We have, I can't find my keys nowhere. I can't find my keys anywhere. And I can find my keys. The correct sentence would be the second one. I can't find my keys anywhere. The first one has a double negative, can't and nowhere. The last one just doesn't really make sense. I can find my keys anywhere. You would just say I can find my keys. Next sentences, we have she never goes with anybody or she never goes with nobody. The correct sentence is she never goes with anybody. We can't pick this one because it has two negatives, never and nobody. This time we have three sentences. John says he has not seen Elise or Sarah all day. John says he has not seen neither Elise or Sarah all day. Or John says he has seen neither Elise nor Sarah all day. This first one is correct. John says he has not seen Elise or Sarah all day. One negative. The second one actually has two negatives. John says he has not seen neither Elise or Sarah all day. And the third one actually has three negatives. John says he has not seen neither Elise nor Sarah all day. So this last one actually had three negatives in it. Next one. There aren't any presents left to open. There aren't no presents left to open. There ain't any presents left to open. The correct answer was this one here. There aren't any presents left to open. This middle one has a double negative. There aren't no presents left to open. And the last one has the word ain't. And even though while you were talking to each other, we might use words like ain't, that's not actually a word. This one was a tough one. Which sentence is written correctly? Let's take a look. That attitude won't get you nowhere. That attitude will get you anywhere. Or that attitude will get you nowhere. The correct answer was this last one. That attitude will get you nowhere. Remember, this is all about double negatives. We want sentences with just one negative word. This middle one, that attitude will get you anywhere, doesn't have any negative words in it. And the one on top has a double negative. That attitude won't get you nowhere. So the only sentence with one negative and only one negative is the last one. That attitude will get you nowhere. Okay. Number 10. I know nothing about computers. I don't know nothing about computers. Or I don't know anything about computers. This one actually had two correct answers. You could have picked two different ones. Either I know nothing about computers or I don't know anything about computers. Either one of those is correct. The only one that is incorrect, this middle one. I don't know nothing about computers. It's got a double negative. Don't and nothing. Okay, this time we have to fill in the blanks. So we want to make sure we don't put in double negatives. The secret cave did not have blank of the treasures. We want to use the word any. We already have a negative with not, so we can't add a second one with the word none. You can't see blank in this crowd. We already have a negative with can't, so I want to pick anybody. I can't use no one because again it has a negative, and since I already have one in my sentence, I don't want to. Can't see anybody in this crowd. Okay, now we have our sentences again. He couldn't hardly catch his breath, or he could hardly catch his breath. The correct answer for this one was the second one. He could hardly catch his breath. Remember, hardly is a negative word. It means like almost or barely. And this one has two negatives. Couldn't, hardly. Which sentence is correct? I can barely see where I'm going in this fog, or I can't barely see where I'm going in this fog. The correct one was here. I can barely see where I'm going in this fog. We only have one negative. If I say I can't barely see, I have two negatives. Can't, barely. Barely is a lot like hardly. Almost, but just a little bit. Which sentence is written correctly? He doesn't hardly ever smile, or he hardly ever smiles. Correct one, the second one. He hardly ever smiles. This first one has a double negative. Doesn't and hardly. Okay, we go back to asking us, is that sentence correct or not? He is not rarely a visitor at the park. This is an incorrect sentence. It does have a double negative. Not and rarely. Is this sentence correct? Southeast had scarcely no rain last year. One is also incorrect. We have scarcely and no. Scarcely means like almost none, like almost all of it is gone. Number 18, she did not barely understand the instructions. This one's also incorrect. Did not, barely. Got two negatives in there. Can't pick that. We don't watch movies seldom. Also incorrect. A lot of these ones at the end are incorrect. Don't and seldom are both negative words. Can't have both of them in a sentence. The last one, I hardly have no money. This one is also incorrect. Hardly and no are negative words. I could say I hardly have any money, or I could say I have no money, but I can't say I hardly have no. I need to get rid of one of those negative. But like I said, this one you guys did pretty good on. There was a lot of really close scores on this one. Good job.